Hey guys, Arthur with the USTA. How's it going?
Hey.
Hello.
So if I could just start with, I guess, sort of a general question of the journey of the season. I know we spoke on the phone a while ago, and you said it was kind of a tumultuous season, and you're peaking now, and that certainly seems to be the case. So what's working so well lately that you guys have been able to peak and get to this point once again?
We put a lot of hard work as a team into the season, and it's my it's my second semester at Texas, but first season at Texas, and just getting used to new team, new coach, and just new school was hard, but it was a very enjoyable process, and I'm happy that we are peaking at this time.
I think I was actually talking to the team a day or two ago about that, and just saying that the fortunes of the team, it's analogous to pulling the one-arm bandits in Vegas. And for a lot of the season, we're furiously pulling on the lever, but not getting paid out at all, which for even old people and for young people is difficult to put in a lot of work as a coach. I'm demanding, our program is demanding, and so there's a lot of work going on with very little rewards. And I think just late in the season, I think Tyre's observation is true. We did turn over 4 of the 8 players this year from last year's roster. So we had a lot of new faces needing to get used to how things are at Texas and what have you. But I think the hard work and that resulted in, getting, as you would say, maybe hitting a cherry and then a few bars. And then in the conference tournament, maybe hitting 3 sevens, if you'll follow the analogy. And I think as the players have been rewarded with more success, I think there's a felt sense for each of them and for the group that the work has certainly been put in, and they're capable of really doing anything in this tournament. So we're in a good spot at the moment for sure.
I was just in Vegas, so I appreciate the analogy.
Yeah.
Taisia, the last match against your old school, can you just tell me how your emotions playing that match, and also you've had success here at the campus with Pepperdine in the past, so how is it different this year coming back as a Texas Longhorn?
First of all, I want to say thank you to Pepperdine team and the coaches there for great 2 years. The last match was very hard mentally for me because I was used to compete on the same team with the girls, and now I had to compete against them, so I was stressed for over a week because of that match. But it's tennis, we usually play our best friends and close friends, so just a nightly sleep and go and play tennis, try hard, compete, and it's always a goal to win.
And how is it different coming back to the campus for the NCAAs this year with Texas? How does it feel different this year?
I'm very grateful that I'm on the team with Texas. The girls on the team already have experience at winning NCAA championships, so I hope with their experience and our hard work we can do something special this year too.
Coach, really interesting matchup against UNC, 2-time champs against the top seeds. Do you feel like underdogs in that match, and what do you need to do to keep moving on in the tournament?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that at this stage of the tournament, not sort of poring over the stats of all the matchups, all the team matchups and the individual matchups, maybe bar one here or there, are all sort of in the middle of the bell curve, or so to speak, in terms of 50-50, 60-40 at worst. And so with respect to our matchup with North Carolina, I mean, they obviously are an excellent program and a great team. We have an extremely good team that is playing their best tennis at the moment. And so just like our match with Pepperdine, I mean, in my mind, it's a 50-50 match. I don't see any favorite, a clear favorite from my vantage point at all.
So, Coach, we just had NC State in here with Diana, and Simon was talking about how college tennis is becoming even more so a path to professional. Obviously, you know very well with seeing Peyton's success. and Navarro's having success. Can you kind of are you surprised to see Peyton succeeding so quickly, and kind of talk about college tennis as a general as far as a pathway to professional tennis?
So with respect to the part about Peyton, it's not surprising to me. I think that during her second year at Texas, I could see that she was playing at an incredible level. When you do find a player go through a whole NCAA year, going undefeated, or I think she lost one match all year, knowing how strong college tennis is at the higher end, the expectation is that that person can move through the ranks pretty quickly. And so, Peyton, I think, is about 70 or 80 in the world, with still about 2 months before any points come off, and maybe 4 months till any significant points come off. So she's probably performing this year as a top 30 or 40 player. More broadly, the question around a pathway to being a professional a tennis player in this instance, I think it's always been the case, but to be a professional player, it's a very, very small pie, whether you do go to college or you don't. But it certainly is not the case that choosing to go to college forecloses that option, So I do think probably, depending on who you ask, college tennis is in a golden age at the moment with respect to producing professional players.
And then kind of your thoughts returning to the campus here in Orlando. Obviously some very fine memories last time you guys were here, but just kind of what's been going through your head as you're kind of walking around being back on site here?
So firstly, 2 years ago was really, in my life, a really special time. Has such fond memories now that you're asking the questions, getting the waterworks going. But we came back here to play UCF last year, so I got to walk a little down memory lane. And I think one of the things that we all know about our jobs, we have our peaks and our valleys, and you're always dealing with just what's in front of you right now. And so I haven't really had the luxury of thinking too much about years gone by. I'm just very excited I was really, really stunned at how well our team is playing. We just got to practice on the match courts this morning, and it's more, that's what's filling up my head at the moment.
Just one on I know you have both the men's and women's teams here, so maybe Tracy, you could just tell me, has there been any interaction? What's that vibe like, having both the men and women here with a legitimate chance for the final?
I would want to talk about my experience 2 years ago when the Texas men's team came to support the Texas women's team, and they were actually a big part of it. So now I'm actually very excited because hopefully they're going to cheer, not hopefully, but for sure they're going to cheer for us if they have a chance. So, and we're going to cheer for them, and we're going to compete hard.
Yeah, I think just an observation, a lot of times on college campuses, you'll see men and women's tennis programs. The dynamic is one of two things. Either it's adversarial because there's competition around resources and attention and so forth, just like children in a family, or it's very harmonious. And I would just say that the relationship we have with the men's coaches and the players really is really special. There's love, there's respect, and it's, as Tyre's answer would suggest, I think it got us over the line 2 years ago because our men's team were shamelessly partisan behind Peyton against Ashley Leahy, and I think they got Peyton over the line, which got us home. So it's great having both programs here for sure.